Trump less trusted across advanced economies than China's President Xi?
Here's a summary of the article.
Negative perceptions of China have soared over the past year across many advanced economies, reaching all-time highs in a number of countries including the UK, Germany and Australia, a Pew Research Center poll published last week has found. While the increasingly unfavorable view of China is driven in large part by belief that the country did not handle the coronavirus pandemic well, America came off even worse. The survey was taken in 14 countries between June 10 and August 3, with 14,276 respondents quizzed on whether they held a positive or negative view of China, how well they thought China had done on handling the pandemic, and whether they had confidence in Chinese President Xi Jinping to do the right thing regarding world affairs. Across the 14 countries, 61% said they thought China had done a bad job of dealing with the outbreak, against 37% who thought the country had done a good job. By contrast, respondents had a mostly favorable view of how the European Union, the World Health Organization and their own countries had handled the outbreak. 60% thought the EU had done a good job, 63% thought the WHO had, and 73% on average thought their own country had. China's President Xi Jinping likewise has slumped sharply in the favorability ratings, with at least 7 in 10 respondents in every country saying they had no confidence in him to do the right thing regarding world affairs. In most countries surveyed, the people had more faith in the Chinese leader than they did in America's President Donald Trump. Overall, on average across the nations surveyed, 83% of respondents had no confidence in Trump, 78% had no confidence in Xi, and 73% had no confidence in Russia's President Vladimir Putin.
This post received a score of 22,000, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Who is Trump more trusted than? According to the article, no one.
I trust him 100%. I trust that he will fuck it up. If I had a bookie that gave me even money on Trump fucking up, I would be the richest man on earth by now.
Yep, with Putin or Xi you expect some form heartless ruthlessness from them but work in understandable patterns. Trump on the other hand is like a flailing hobo, you can't even count in his sense self-preservation to predict where is the next shitstorm coming from.
We're number one again. In being inept. Is this winning? I'm tired of it.
I wouldn't trust him with a piggy bank. If he came out on national TV and said that gravity still worked, I'd pick up a rock and drop it to test.
I like that. Is this a surprise to anyone? China wants to become the new superpower and all their moves are in an attempt to do that. Russia wants to stop Europe's expansion and influence. Trump on the other hand, who the hell knows, the guy could wake up tomorrow and decide to blow up the moon and nobody would know if he is being serious or not.
I mean, Xi and Putin aim is to make their respective country more powerful. Trump wants to make himself more powerful.
Right, and you can anticipate their steps and their reactions based on that, but with Trump because it's about himself, you just never know. It's like that saying of you can trust a liar to lie to you.
Trump bankrupted a casino. I'm surprised he is trusted with a prepaid credit card.
5 casinos. He didn't bankrupt them, he laundered money through them and shut them down because bankrupt.
Ding ding ding.
I mean, at least you know what to expect when dealing with Putin or Xi. With Trump, the guy flip-flops so much you can't keep up. Trump is actually incredibly consistent when you remember he's a narcissistic con man.
True, but that also makes him fickle and unpredictable because what strokes his ego is situational and ever-changing.
You just need to get good at being a psychic when it comes to predicting Trump's ego. Failing that, try sycophant instead. Or a psychopath. Either works with him. At least Xi and Putin are both reasonably competent and predictable. Trump could blow up a decades-old alliance on a whim, insult an entire continent and nearly start a war via Twitter by mistake and all before he's had his portion of Big Macs for breakfast.
Imagine being less trusted than the dictator committing a genocide right now.
It's not that hard really. Trump's irrational. That makes him unpredictable. He makes sure you can't rely on any agreement America makes. And you never know what he's randomly going to decide to torpedo next. Xi might not be to our liking, but he's predictable and he can't be negotiated with.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.